Japan 2040. As China begins their space elevator on the western side of their country along with surrounding countries, Japan is left with few choices, the main choice being a massive constructed pathway to China. However, stubbornly they choose a different path, as they should. 2041, Japan begins construction of the largest megastructure on the planet, dwarfing both the US and China's, converting the entire mountain of Mount Fuji into the base and foundation of their space elevator, along with an entire new skyline of super skyscrapers ringing the mountain and along its sides. With most of the engineers and companies who built the first one now helping in China. Yeah, so actually, it's not always good to be number one. Sometimes it's good to wait because then you do it correctly. Sometimes. Sometimes if you wait just a little bit, get it done. You get it done way better. So, if in my alternative history, Japan waits a little bit because the United States does it first, but then Europe does it, right away because they're just as big as us. But then Japan's really big, China's really big, but then they, because we're still bigger. So then, so actually, who's actually going to make the best one in the long run is actually going to be one of the later period bigger countries. So it's actually good to think. It's actually quite smart to think that Japan would actually build one of the most advanced ones, simply because they're so small to where they're not going to be the first one to start construction, but they're such a little powerhouse that once they do get going, it's going to be one of the best ones. I don't know. Just makes sense to me.